Sweet.
What's going on? John Rael, Skeptically Pwned, Cosmos Review with my lovely co-host.
I'm a Caroline.
What's your name again?
Caroline Gayle. How could you forget
that joke
my
works
name?
better after...
How could you forget my name? It's better after sex, I'd imagine.
Anna, what was this episode called? She's pretending she's not here.
Hold please.
My invisible girlfriend's pretending she's invisible again.
You have a girlfriend? Can you see her right now?
Yes.
Is she in the room with us?
God.
So this episode was Lost Worlds of Planet Earth. We focused a lot on
the Earth.
On the Earth's transformation from molten rock. I'm gonna fall off this chair.
Scoot over?
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm fine.
We got it.
From molten blob to Pangea
to the global warming desert, I guess. He had a lot of messages at the end. This one was pretty...
This was pretty heavy-handed with the climate change message.
Not unaccurate.
As it turns out,
Not unreal. I mean, global warming exists.
It's a thing that's happening.
It is man-made.
Why can't we summon the ingenuity and courage of the generations that came before us? The dinosaurs never saw that asteroid coming. What's our excuse?
Bitch.
But he also discussed a lot how we're in this golden era of the Earth. We're kind of in the middle of an ice age, essentially. So we're in this like 5 million year kind of respite from the ice age.
So why do you want to
extreme weathers?
Why do you want to kickstart the ice age? Why do you want to make it come faster?
We're not kickstarting the ice age so much as we're kickstarting kind of an environment that creates far too much carbon dioxide for us to survive. So the way the Earth was kind of pre any sort of life that was sustainable, like any sort of sustainable life, except for those like microbes that created the noxious gas.
It's a scary time, and he was not shy about announcing that.
Yeah, it's a pretty...
by the way, spoiler alert, that's what the last chamber in the Hall of Death...
The Hall of Extinction...
Hall of Extinction.
Hall for us.
Hall for us.
Hall for humanity. Yeah.
We got one.
America. Wait, I don't feel like that worked just then.
We also got into vagina fault lines.
Yeah, vaginal fault line. Wait, what?
Bruce, look. It's all come together. There's this giant rift valley that runs through the bottom of the Atlantic.
Ah, jeez, Marie, come on. This is just more girl talk.
Dialogue.
Women's...
Yeah. Like, I think there's fault lines. That's bitch talk. What are you talking about?
You stupid woman.
Like,
get back in the kitchen. That's pretty much what that tone was.
Yeah.
That happened in like the 40s, right? 40s or 50s? That was more recent than I feel comfortable with it being.
Most stilted dialogue ever, though. It's like, I think energy equals mass times acceleration. Like, are you on the rag again? There's bears outside. Good Lord.
There's Komodo dragons stalking you. There's no apparent reason.
Yeah. Are you bleeding? Good God.
Good Lord.
Everybody get out of here.
What's that? That explains the smell.
And that was, what was her name? Mary...
Tharpe.
What?
Mary Tharpe.
Marie Tharpe.
Marie Tharpe.
Tharpe, who discovered the fault line through...
She discovered the fault lines which confirmed continental drift. Previous to that, people believed that there were like land bridges that just magically disappeared connecting the continents, and that's how we explained fossils.
It's happened.
Well, yeah, there was that land bridge there was an ice bridge between like Russia and Alaska, essentially, which helped our ancestors move into North America. Well, not my ancestors. My ancestors stayed in Europe, but, you know, other people's.
She calls them.
I call them occasionally. We hang out. Like, hey, Vikings, how you doing?
Yeah.
More of those longing looks in the Hall of Extinction.
Yeah. And his big message, I think, was also, we got the sun right there.
Let's use that. Let's harness that energy.
You need energy.
We got it. We don't need it. It's right there, guys.
Since the dawn of time.
He was like, why are we using the remnants of animals from long ago? And I was like, that's right. Why are we using dead dinosaurs to fuel our cars?
Because they ate all our rodent ancestors, and this is kind of like our biatch.
Do you know what Sinclair oil is? Like Sinclair, the gas stations?
Yeah, the big...
They advertise with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I always feel like that's cruel. It's like advertising a hamburger by putting a really happy cow on it.
Yeah, or a chicken by the... There's a lot of ironic advertising.
It makes me sad. I feel like the dinosaur is the meanest of them all. Just because I want a dinosaur in my life, that's all.
But they fucking ate our our old
I don't want
ancestors.
I don't want to. And as Lex
Well,
says,
cousins of our
I don't want.
ancestors,
I don't want. As Lex says in Jurassic Park, I don't want a metasaurus. I want an herbivore. I just want to ride a Parasaurolophus to work every day.
Fair. What the hell's a
A
Parasaurolophus?
Parasaurolophus is it's a duck-billed dinosaur that has the long horn that they can't really identify what it was for. Though some theories say snorkel, some theories say used for mating calls.
The tube goes forward and back.
It's very confusing. It's a pretty cool. So they would have made some pretty interesting. They would have been able to sing.
Well, I feel a little justified in cracking down on some of these old dinosaurs who used to think they were so badass.
You're okay with being like, nah, I'm not a shrew anymore.
Yeah.
Deal with
Bam.
that. I'm
You're
not
in
a
my
li-
engine.
I'm not a ground-dwelling shrew. Suck on that. You don't even have a car. Back into Unabomber mode.
Oh,
I can't even deal with this
okay.
right now.
Fair enough. The Earth is not expanding. It's just shifting around.
Shifting around. Why would it be
Isn't there?
expanding?
There's literally some people to this day who believe the Earth is getting larger. That Pangea used to be the entire globe, and now it's just getting bigger. I kid you not. Look this up. One of our comic book artists. There's a famous comic book artist who believes this shit. True. Look it up. But it used to be a very popular theory because, you know, all the fault lines, and if you count up all the fault lines, it seems like there's a lot more expansion than there is recession, but we know that's not true. And they argue things like, oh, we're getting hit by a bunch of meteors all the time, so the Earth is growing. And it's just like, it doesn't add up at all whatsoever, but there are still people to this day who believe the Earth is expanding.
All right. Cool.
Like Val Kilmer.
Cool story, brah.
There's also some people who believe the Earth is hollow.
We've already touched on the Hollow Earthers.
Oh, sorry.
That's the
not
thing that's
allowed
happened
to
already.
Bring it up.
I mean, we're not allowed to repeat. Not gonna repeat ideas. So, I'm John Rael. I like talking about Hollow Earthers.
All right. They're fun. They're fun. All right.
That's just what you sound like. So, John Rael, you got a lot more attractive.
Well, you know, the sex change operations take
really
like
worked out.
that. It's like just down the street.
It's nice living in the future.
It's so great living in the future. My 3D printed body just like came out. The
Yeah,
seams
this
are
is
still
good.
a little weird because the clothes are like there's no skin under the
I
clothes.
see you went with the Lara Croft look, though.
It's the only option
got
they
zingers
had.
left
It
and
was
right.
either
Why do you-
that.
why do
It was
you
either
sound like
that or
it's
the
a bad-
Ruth. It was either that or the Ruth Bader Ginsburg look.
You know, this is a great look. I mean, stick with it.
I don't know. I think the Ruth Bader Ginsburg might be pretty good.
You know,
later.
maybe. But right now,
I'm gonna fill in the B. Arthur option later.
Ooh.
I could scare people with my voice into liking science.
So tell me about trees, Anna.
Well, remember how
John
he was
Rael?
talking about cyanobacteria, like
No.
pumping out the oxygen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then plants were kind of small,
okay.
right? And then you had the Permian era, and the trees started growing. Like trees started, and suddenly plants became vertical, and all of a sudden the oxygen really started cranking out. What he didn't mention in there was that, interestingly, this makes the atmosphere a lot more volatile. So, like, lightning strikes get like really hard.
Why does this
Anyway.
make the atmosphere more volatile?
Because oxygen's kind of explosive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. This is fun knowledge. Thanks for the knowledge, bomb. I'm gonna blow up some air real fast.
You can. Oxygen tanks, you know, they mention on there, don't hold near open flame.
Is that why we killed Jaws with an oxygen tank?
Is that what they used?
It was an oxygen tank, and he was eating it, and then the guy was all like, "Smile, you son of a bitch," and then shot it, and then he blew up.
Yeah.
And that's the end of Jaws, the movie.
You don't need a bigger boat, you just need a bigger oxygen tank.
Yeah. I mean, they actually just needed that one size oxygen
Spoiler
tank.
alert,
It's
for
true.
God's sake.
Who the fuck hasn't seen Jaws? Fun fact, it's been out since the 70s.
You know, to be fair though, I've never seen Citizen Kane,
Neither have I,
and
but
I do know the secret of it. It was spoiled for me in an Absolute Vodka ad.
That's the wrong one. An Absolute Vodka ad?
Yes.
Of all things?
Of all things, I'm like,
Oh.
got it.
It's a sled.
Yep.
Oh. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys.
See, I think if God meant for us to have trees, he'd have, well, okay.
If God had meant for us to have trees, he wouldn't make them so easy to cut down
That's
with something that we
exactly
made.
right. He'd give them
He
some
wouldn't-
sort of defense
They would be
mechanism.
able to defend themselves against chainsaws and stuff.
The only one he did was the what was it? You're the Harry Potter nerd, the Whomping Willow, the one that can like, and that one from Poltergeist.
We don't talk about the devil's work, Harry Potter.
Okay.
We're not gonna talk about that.
I'm so sorry.
We're going to hell. Fuck.
Well, I
because
think
you
that
brought
was-
up Harry Potter.
That was going to be done anyway. There were no bacteria that were eating the trees. The bacteria had to evolve and disintegrate like decompose the trees so that it could provide fresh nutriment.
So we had like what was going on because there were too many trees? I don't remember this part.
Oh, it provided openings for vines and for other plants. Later on, during the time of the dinosaurs, you got flowering plants as well.
Yeah, and we didn't have the first flowering plant for a couple billion years into Earth existing.
Yeah.
And plants existing.
Plants figured out flowers.
They found a way. Na 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 na. Wait, you just became a guy again. I'm very confused. The fuck is this? Make up your fucking mind. Pick a gender.
How dare you?
Anyway.
Are you trying to force me into a gender?
Yes.
This is 2014. I don't have to pick any gender.
I'm gonna kick you in the face.
God. She's Amanda Seyfried.
She's on The Simpsons a lot, right? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm dumb. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Was that-
The invisible girlfriend made me
No,
feel
that was
bad
an
about myself.
That was an attempted zinger, though. Like a bit below the belt. You went to Simpsons, but.
I'm going into Unabomber mode right now, guys. I'm embarrassed. I'm just gonna go into Unabomber mode, so I'm not here right now. Hold on, let me get my zip
It's
all the
actually
way
very
up.
similar to the gangster outfit I'm gonna put together for you.
I figured this would be the gangster outfit you were gonna put together for me.
Okay.
I'll just roll this up. We can show them a midriff. That'll give the fans what they want.
Bam.
That we should
Anna.
talk about trees.
Anna,
What?
get up.
What?
Get up here.
No.
I swear to God.
No.
You had a seat. And you tell us.
Tell me about trees,
remember.
Anna.
I don't remember about trees.
Let's do the Tina Belcher.
Did you watch this week's?
Yes, we both saw it. The cheerleading one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Get out of here, Steven Tyler. I'm cutting